Welcome everyone. In this class, we will try to solve some mathematical problem of one-dimensional motion equation. To solve this problem, we will use the equation of motion that we have proved in our previous video. So now we will write down that equation. Number 1, V is equal to U plus Ft. Sometime we will use this V as V final and this U as V initial, that is the initial velocity of a particle and that represents the final velocity of a particle. Number 2, S is equal to Ut plus half of Ft square. Number 3, V square is equal to U square plus 2Fs. Similarly, in this case, we will use this V as V final and this U, sometimes we will use this U as V initial. And finally, St is equal to U plus half of F into 2t minus 1. These four equations we have proved in our previous class. So in this class, we will use this equation to solve some mathematical problem. Today we will discuss about some easy mathematical problem based on one-dimensional motion equation. Now we will talk about problem solving strategy. To solve a problem, we have to follow this 6th step. First one, read the problem properly. We have to read the problem properly. Then draw a picture. We have to draw a picture like as, let us consider a particle is moving towards it with a velocity 40 km per hour. Then the particle is moving towards north with a velocity 80 km per hour. Look at the figure. We cannot draw a 40 km or 80 km in our practical exam board or in this board. So we have to draw a figure that will represent this 80 km per hour is greater than 40 km per hour. So we have to make some physical sense that will help us to solve this kind of problem. So a graph is necessary for a graph or a picture is very much important to solve a problem in physics. Then collect necessary information. We have to collect the necessary information given in that question. Let us consider the initial velocity, final velocity, time are given in a question. So we have to collect the information in such a way, V final, that will represent the final velocity, and we have to write down the magnitude with unit. Then we have to write down the initial velocity similarly with unit. This will follow by just option number 3, necessary, collect necessary information. Then do preliminary calculations. First off, we have to calculate preliminary, that is the easy calculation that we will show in our example. Then mathematics or reasoning. Sometimes we may not use mathematics in all our problems. Reasoning can help us to solve some easy questions. So we have to solve mathematics or reasoning in this case. Then numbers, this is very much important point. Check your answer. After calculation, the final answer should checked by me. Let us consider our answer is comes like 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Velocity of a man or velocity of a car is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Will it make a physical sense? This is the maximum velocity we have discussed in physics so far. So a man cannot move in this velocity. So if our answer comes this type, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, that is the velocity of a man or velocity of a car. So this does not make a physical sense. So this could have been a wrong answer. Because it may be mathematically correct, but it does not make any physical sense. So this answer should be avoided. We have to follow the other way. This we will show in our example now. We have to remember that a answer in physics with its unit is the proper answer. So always remember a magnitude or amplitude and a unit. In case of vector quantity, there should be a direction. So this is the problem solving strategy for all our problems we have to solve in physics.
Object with an initial velocity of 4 meter per second moves in a straight line under a constant acceleration. 3 seconds later, its velocity is 14 meters per second. How far did the object travel
So the
during
given
this time?
information are initial velocity, that is equal to 4 meter per second, final velocity, that is equal to 14 meter per second, time taken, that is t is equal to 3 seconds. Now acceleration of a body is written as change in velocity by time. Change in velocity can be written by final minus initial velocity by time. In our given information, the final velocity 14 meter per second, initial velocity 4 meter per second, and time is equal to 3 seconds. So calculating, we have 3.3 meter per second square. So if we consider as be the distance traveled by the particle within this 3 seconds, so we can write s is equal to ut plus half of ft square. Using the proper value, we can calculate 4 into 3 plus half into 3.3 into 3 square. Calculating, we have 12 plus 3.3 into 9, so we can write 12 plus 15. If we calculate this portion, we will get 14.6. We have learned about the approximate number, the round off, so this 14.6 can be written by 15, so finally 27. So the particle traveled during this time is 27 meters.
A train is traveling under a straight track at 20 meters per second when the engineer applies the brake, resulting in the acceleration minus 1.0 meter per second square. As long as the train is in motion, how far does the train moves during a 40-second time interval, starting at the instant the brake are
From
applied?
this problem 2, we can collect the information. Initial velocity u is equal to 20 meter per second, final velocity v is equal to 0, acceleration of this train f is equal to 1 meter per second square, and time taken to stop this train, that is t is equal to 40 seconds. So we can calculate the distance like s is equal to ut plus half of ft square. Using the proper value, we can calculate 20 into 40 plus 40 square. So finally we have 800 minus 800, that is equal to 0. So the distance travelled by the particle s is equal to 0. Is it possible? No, because within this time 40 seconds, a particle with a velocity having travelled some distance and the distance is 0, it does not make any physical sense. So this kind of answer we have to be avoided. So this is the wrong process to calculate this type of problem. The source of error arises in for this particular problem is 40 seconds. This 40 seconds can be divided into two parts. First part, this 40 seconds can be divided into two parts, like t is equal to v minus u by f, that is equal to 0 minus 20 by 1, that is equal to 20 seconds. In this time period, the train stopped his brake to reduce its velocity and make 40 minus 20, that is 20 seconds, the train come to an rest. So this is why the 40 seconds is not for the time taken by the train to stop or to make its velocity zero. First 40 seconds is uses its deceleration and reduces its velocity, and then next 40 seconds, next 20 seconds, this train taken this 20 seconds to come to rest. So now we can calculate the distance traveled by the particle S is equal to ut plus half of ft square, that is equal to 20 into 20 plus half into the deceleration 1.0 into 20 second square. This will provide 200 meter. So we can use the formula, but the answer should have be proper, and the answer should have to make a proper physical sense. So now this is the distance traveled by the particle by the train after using this brake.
A bullet 2 semi long is fired at 420 meter per second and passes straight through a 10 semi thick board existing at 280 meter per second. What is the average acceleration of the bullet through the
From
board?
this problem we can find V initial, that is equal to 420 meter per second, final velocity Vf, that is equal to 280 meter per second, distance or thickness of the band S is equal to 10 centimeter, that we can write 0.1 meter. Now we will use the formula V final equal to u square minus 2fs. So we have to find the acceleration of this body. So v square minus u square by 2s. Using this value 280 and 420 by 2 into 0.1, we can find the acceleration of this body is 4.9 meter per second square. Remember that the velocity is decreasing, that is the final velocity is less than the initial velocity. So in this case the acceleration we have said, the term acceleration we have said is known as deceleration of this body. So finally we can write that deceleration of this body is 4.9 meter per second.
An inattentive driver is traveling 18 meter per second when he notices a red light ahead. His car is capable of a braking acceleration of 3.65 meter per second square. If it takes him 0.2 seconds to get the brakes on and he is 40 meter from the intersection, when he sees the light, will be able to stop in
Driver
time.
takes 0.2 second to use the brake. So in this reaction time the car will cover some distance. If we consider the distance is s1, that is Vs is equal to Vt. So initial velocity of the car is 18 and reaction time of the car 0.2. So using this we can write the car travel 3.6 meter within this reaction time. After applying the brake, the final velocity Vf is equal to 0. Initial velocity of the car was 18 meter per second and the acceleration that the brake produced F is equal to 3.65 meter per second square. If we consider S to be the time, S to be the distance traveled by the car after using this brake, so you can use the formula Vf square is equal to 2fs, or 2fs is equal to Vi square minus Vf square. So S2 is equal to Vi square minus Vf square by 2f. Using the proper value we can calculate S2 is equal to 18 square by 2 into 3.6, that is equal to 44.4 meter. Now the total distance traveled by the car, that is S is equal to S1 plus S2. Total distance traveled by the car is equal to 3.6 plus 44.4 meter. That is equal to 48 meter. According to our question, 48 meter is greater than the distance given in our question. So the car cannot stop within this range.
Two bank robbers are in their getaway car traveling at its top speed of 30 meters per second. They drive by a parked police officer who was on the lookout for them. If the police officer takes 2 seconds to react and engage in pursuit, how long will it take him to catch the robber? If his car has a maximum acceleration of 4.5 meter per second square, you may assume the police officer car has a greater top speed
From this
than
problem we
the
can
robber
conclude
car.
velocity of robber is 30 meter per second, reaction time of police is 2 seconds, acceleration of police car is 4.5 meter per second square. So within this reaction time of police, the robber will cross some distance. If the distance be S1, then S1 is equal to 30 into 2 seconds, that is 60 meter. Now initial distance of police, that is SP is equal to 0. Initial distance of the robber, that is 60 meter. If the police can catch the robber, then the distance SP should be is equal to SR. This relation is notified as equation number 1. Now the distance traveled by the robber, SR is equal to VR, velocity of robber, into time plus SR prime, that the distance traveled by the robber within this reaction time of police. This can be noted as equation number 2. Now distance traveled by the police car have the acceleration, so the distance traveled by the police, that is SP is equal to, we can use the formula ut plus half of t square. The initial velocity of police is equal to 0, so we can write SP is equal to half of ft square. This is equation number 3. Now from equation number 1 we can say SR is equal to SP. So using this relation we can write VRT plus SR prime is equal to half of ft square. Now we will have to calculate the time. So half of ft square minus VRT minus SR prime, that is equal to 0. Now we will use the value of F and VR and S prime. So half into 4.5 into t square minus 30 t minus 60 is equal to 0. Now this equation is a equation that we cannot solve in this process. So we have to use the Caesar-Acharya formula. So now t is equal to, we will use minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. That is, we are comparing this equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And finally calculating, we can find the two values of t, that is 15.1 second and minus 1.8 second. Now we will talk about these two answers. We are calculating the time and this will provide a negative time. Time cannot be negative, so this answer can be neglected. So the time, our t is equal to 15.1 second. So we can say the police car can catch the car of robber within 15.1 second. But there was a reaction time of police, So total time taken by the police is equal to 15.1 second plus 2 seconds. That is total time taken by the police is 17.1 second. Within this total time, the police can catch the thief or robber. We will calculate some moderate problem in our next class. Finally, thank you.